How does media stereotyping perpetuate subordination? Let's take a look at the movie 17 again. One of the main characters of the story, Ned, is presented to the audience as what has come to be known as the classic nerd of the film. Meek, awkward, intellectually brilliant, and has an undying love for the cult classic Star Wars. Ned embodies all of these characteristics, and we understand it. We have his entire personality tied up in a neat little box in our minds, because we have seen his character used in many movies and television shows in exactly the same way. Brian from The Breakfast Club, Gretchen from Recess, Bill from Freaks and Geeks, and almost the entire cast of The Big Bang Theory. Time and time again, we have fed this idea of what a nerd is, and rarely are we ever given more than the confining traits already listed. Stuart Hall argues that the stereotyping of certain groups in media like this create what he calls a cycle of subordination. This is when biased depictions of particular groups of people are displayed to the public, resulting in the majority of society holding a prejudiced and often discriminatory view of the victimized group. This also lowers the group's view of themselves from repetitive negative coverage, and in turn resulting in the groups falling into the negative roles they were originally placed into, furthering the incentive for media broadcasters to continue to produce and project negative representations. Let's go back to the depictions of nerds in film media. Let's say you don't really have any exposure to smart academic people in your everyday life. All your knowledge of them is based off the likes of The Breakfast Club, Freaks and Geeks, and so on. This creates a concrete, well-reinforced mental image and gives you a fairly strong prejudice towards nerds as well, without necessarily meaning to. Now, if you were the person in question being depicted in such a degrading, belittling way, you would feel sorely misrepresented. And if there are no depictions to combat this negative image, you are left being seen as a meek, awkward nerd by everyone around you. You alone cannot stop the prejudice, and anything you do associated with your stereotype only perpetuates the assumption and results in further stereotyping. You are stuck in a cycle, and this is how media stereotyping perpetuates subordination.